Good morning and welcome to the podcast. My guests this morning, I have more than one. Actually, I can get more than one guest. You know, that's amazing to a lot of our podcast listeners that I can even get one. But I'm very honored to have today the CEO and the Chief Executive Officer, that's what that stands for, at the Marion Family YMCA, Jeremy Byers. He's off to my left as you're looking on, if you're looking on YouTube. Now, the next one, I'm going to have a little problem with the name, but I think I'll get this one right. It's Carrie Guyton. Did I get that right, Carrie?
Yes, you did.
All right, and she is the Director of Relationship.
Yes.
Or is it Relationships?
Relationships.
Ships, because we have more than one.
Yes.
Lots of members.
There are lots of members. We're going to get into that. But I want to welcome you both. We try to have fun when we do these because this is why a lot of people like to listen to the podcast, because they never know where I'm going to take some of these. And our guests, they sometimes come up with some very interesting things. But today is about the Marion Family YMCA, and you know, I'm all for that because you guys have great goals. One of the ones that I wrote these down, so you're talking about youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility.
Correct.
And boy, this society can use all three of those today.
Very much.
Very much so. Now, how long have you been at the CEO over there?
I've been there a year and a half.
Okay, year and a half.
Been with the Y for about 20 years.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been in Marion a year and a half.
Wow.
Loving every day of it.
Well, see, he knew where the next question was going, but I kind of expected that answer.
Yeah.
Now, Carrie, how about you?
I started at the Y in 2010,
Oh,
so quite a few years. But I taught there part-time before that, so
wow. So
grew up in the Y, loved the Y.
Okay, well, you like I said, you're not going to stay that long unless it's there. You know, something that you really enjoy and love doing.
Yep.
Now, today we want to get into, I think, three basic areas, and I wrote down one of them was your annual campaign that's coming up.
Yes.
Correct?
Correct.
Now, tell me what this entails. How long does it last? Let's kind of go down and we'll get a little conversation going on that.
Okay. Yeah, our annual campaign, it started actually. We start with our staff and our board.
Okay.
And then we move to our community and partners in our community. Our goal this year is 127,000.
Okay.
So it ends May 1st. I think that's correct. May 1st is when it ends. And during that time, it's a lot of us telling the story about the Y and what the Y is doing in the community, planting that seed for people. But it also helps us to raise funds that allows people access to the Y that may not be able to afford a membership, a program, child care, any subsidy that is needed. This is what helps fill that gap. So we're very proud to do an annual campaign every year. I tell our staff all the time that this is our chance to show the community, you know, what we're about and that we're there for them.
Well, you want to love on your community.
Oh,
Quite
yeah.
frankly, you need people.
Yes.
This is a people. I always say it's a people business. Everything's a business in my mind, but it is you need people. And so the annual campaign, your goal is what did you say, 127,000?
127,000.
Okay, now is that an increase from last year? Just out of curiosity.
It's up a little bit from last year. I think last year was 125.
Yeah.
Okay, so the need is great.
The need is always great. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And now I will just give you, this is the way I look at these type of things. By providing opportunities for others that can't afford to come and be in that, you may be really keeping somebody out of a lot of trouble.
Well, we hope. You know, we're very proud that, you know, youth are in our facility. We want them in our facility. That way we know they're safe.
Yes.
The Y is by far one of the safest places a kid could be. And we pride ourselves on that. And, you know, for us, we get a chance to work with kids in teen leaders group, child care, preschool, youth programming, hopefully setting up some foundations for them as they're growing up and getting older and finding their way. So we want to be a part of that, and we feel like we're able to guide them in directions that hopefully, you know, they set themselves up for success.
Yes, and it's about making right choices.
Yes.
But you got to be in the right environment to make right choices.
Surround them with the right people.
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of membership, you have what, about 7,000 members? Is that correct?
7,000.
Yep.
Yeah.
Slowly increasing. It went down a little bit after the pandemic, but we're gradually getting back up there with our numbers and everything. And people are coming back, and it's awesome. We also offer a 6th grade free membership. I don't know, I think we mentioned that one, but any child that's going into the 6th grade for that full year gets a free membership
That's wonderful.
to get them into the Y.
That's pretty awesome.
And then we're hoping they can continue on and be at.
And you know, that's such a critical age you're talking about,
Yes.
that 6th
Yes,
grade.
that's why we
very,
did that
very
age.
critical time there. I applaud you for that. That's quite an undertaking. I think about that. 24. I'm going to segue totally something different. I'm
Okay.
known for this. I get off and on the interstate quite a bit. You know, I kind of segue. 24 wellness access. Tell us about that. I know you folks do your 24 hours wellness access maybe a little different than some other places. So tell us about that. How that's all.
Well, we've been looking into doing that for quite a while, so
Okay.
there was a lot of background work on it. Talked to a lot of other Ys how they did it, and so we opened it in November, and it is just in our wellness area, which is our fitness equipment.
Okay.
They don't have access to the whole building, and so they come in and out one area. It's open anytime the Y regular hours are not open. And if you are a member, it is free for you if you're 21 and older.
Okay.
So we've had a lot of success with that, I think. I think a lot of people are really liking it because, you know, after hours or any holiday, they can come. So it's available to people that just can't fit into our regular hours, and they can still come in and get a good workout.
Well, people laugh at me. I work out at a place, and I get up at 1:30 and I start working out at 2 a.m. in the morning.
There you go. So you'd be great coming to our
Yeah.
fitness
Right.
center.
See, this is what I'm saying, and for me, because my days are so full, of course, you got to understand, I go to bed 6:30 in the evening, but still, I'm a very busy person, and so for me, you know, I always say, what works for you best for working out? Find your place.
Right.
If you want to be consistent in it, that's what you got to do. You got to find your sweet spot,
Right.
and because there's no rules or regulations, it says
Right.
you got to be there. But this is what is so nice about you. But you do have certain parameters that you
Correct.
must meet in order to do that. And you've
Yeah.
pretty much done that. I wanted to mention that because invariably you have somebody that said, "Well, you say we have 24-hour access." No, we didn't say that. We said if you meet these certain criteria.
Right.
Correct.
21 and older, they have to sign a certain waiver.
Yes.
Because we do not have a staff that in there that,
Right.
you know, but we have cameras everywhere. We feel it's very safe in there.
Yeah.
We recommend people coming in work out with a partner.
Yeah.
Parking lot is lit up everywhere, so, you know, safety's a
We
big,
have emergency buttons
yes,
that if you feel like you want, you can actually wear one around your
a
neck
necklace.
Okay.
Yeah.
in case something happens, and it notifies the emergency so that you can get assistance. So, I mean, we worked on it for a while. I'm very proud of the team and what we've done, and again, I think it's just an added bonus for the community and our
Yes.
members. You know, like you said, people schedules are now not 9 to 5.
No.
So trying to find time where you can have time to yourself and time to work out and maybe clear your mind is difficult. So for us to have this 24-hour access allows people to do that, because we have people that get there at 8:30 or 9 and we're getting ready to close.
Well,
So
and-
now they can
yeah.
still continue their workout.
Yeah. You feel like you're pressured then, and then
Right.
that's not a good situation when you're in the. What I like for me, it's my time for. I call it my me time. I hate to say that, but I have to have that because you know when you folks are in the public, you understand what I mean. So when you do that, there's times you just need to really want to be away from anybody.
Right.
You want to go do your workouts. You want to do your routines. And you know, leave me alone. I mean, I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah.
But you just want. I'm just being honest. So I'm just thrilled about what you're doing at the Marion Family YMCA. This is really pretty awesome. This is the first I've heard this, obviously, because this is the first I've had you on for a podcast. Anything else you want to share before we wrap this today?
No, I mean, we just invite people to come out and see us, take a tour. We'll give you a guest pass, try the Y out for a day, and see if it fits for you. We pride ourselves on being a family there. We have a work family, and members that are there are part of our Y family, and we treat you that way. So we want anybody and everybody that wants to be a part of the Y to have an opportunity to be a part of our Y.
And I'll put a plug in for you for your annual campaign. That's very, very important because, again, if you can help somebody else up to a better life and get them at a good start,
Yes.
the dividends to everything in your community is That's a big plus.
And no gifts too small.
And no gifts too small, boy. I'll
One
tell you
other
what.
thing I want to say is just
Sure.
corporate memberships. We've just started that,
Okay.
ramping that up. We have about 10 corporations, and if anyone's ever interested in that, they can contact me. At the Y, we'll work the best we can. You know, we give discounts depending on how many employees you have, opportunities to have an open house for your employees to come in. So we're trying to really work in the community, make sure everyone has that opportunity, you know, to be healthy, because working in anywhere.
It's pretty stressful
It's-
for a
yes.
lot of people. And also, it's a good benefit to the employee.
Yes.
Because, you know, a healthy person is somebody that's going to be not an absentee problem
Correct.
where you
Correct.
work.
Correct.
So that's also a positive for
Right.
employers. Again, I want to thank Jeremy Byers, and I want to thank, I got to get her name right. I'm going to see if I can be 2 for 2. Carrie Guyton.
Yep.
All right, from the Marion family, YMCA, for being my guest today on the podcast. Hope to have you back, either one of you or both of you at the same time. I don't double trouble.
We'd
right?
love to.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you
All
very
right.
much for
Thank
being
you.
on the podcast.
Thank you.